All right, everybody, welcome back. We're continuing to trudge along here. The big ticket item for the VFW is VA claims. We've received a lot of traction on this social media wise, so we're going to just come back and hit the high points. So welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something that's incredibly important to the support for veterans and their families. In an attempt to keep the pressure on and help veterans understand the claims process, we thought we would go back and just hit the high points of some of the top topics that we get traction on. So here are the 10 essential things you need to know about filing your VA disability.
Number one, you must have a service connection. To receive disability compensation from the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, you must prove a current diagnosed disability, an in-service injury, event or illness, and you need a nexus letter or a nexus, which is a medical link between the two. So a current diagnosis and something that happened in the service, injury, event, illness, something that can connect those two. That's what the nexus letter is. Without all three, your claim may be denied. So you need all three of those.
Listen, this is important. This is the number one sheet of paper we have folks fill out before we have them fill out anything else. You should, if you are going to file a VA claim, you need to file it in intent to claim to protect your effective date. Now, what this actually means, your entire process is going to take 3 or 4 months. But if you file an intent to claim today, right now, today, when you get paid, when you get your claim approved 3 or 4 months from now, they will pay you back to the day that you filed your intent to claim. Now, submitting the intent to file gives you up to 1 year to gather all your evidence while protecting your potential back pay date. If approved, benefits may be retroactively paid for, and that's what we're talking about right here. So, and I'll just tell you, in my case, it took them about 4 months. I retired from the Army. I came out of the Army with a percentage rating, and then it took them 3 or 4 months to adjudicate my, because I asked for a higher level claim or a higher level review. They backdated everything to the date of my initial claim. So I personally know this is true. So number 2, file an intent to claim.
And that's a VA form 21-0966.
There you go.
21-0966.
The first piece
if you're
of paper.
searching.
Yep.
If you're searching in the VA.
Do not forget to like and subscribe, and then hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. So,
yep.
All right, Tim, go ahead.
Number 3, fully developed claim FDC can speed up things if you submit all relative evidence up front. Your medical records, your nexus letters, your service records. You can choose the fully developed claim option, which often moves your stuff along faster than a standard claim. But I'll tell you this, claims are moving pretty daggone fast right now. So, I mean, but it is an option that's out there available to you. So just know about it, ask questions about it from your VSO. That's just an option that's available to you. Number 4.
Listen, this is a very big one that we hear, particularly with our global war on terrorism guys. And then the Vietnam era guys are also very stalwart about this. You do not have to prove combat for every single claim. Many veterans think only combat injuries apply. It's not true. Training accidents, repetitive stress injuries. Hey, were you in a branch of service that made you wake up every single morning and do, what's that where they sweat when they're...
PT?
PT.
We didn't do that.
Oh, the Air Force.
Yeah.
But were you around aircraft that had, what's that stuff that they put in the tank to make the plane
jet fuel?
Jet fuel, yeah. Toxic exposures. And then finally, this is kind of a big one for us because of isolation and the other things that happen in military service, but mental conditions can also apply. So you don't actually need to be related to combat in order to file a VA claim.
You can be injured on leave.
You can be injured on leave. You can file a VA claim because it occurred during your military service. Needs to be connected to military service. So, number 5.
Number 5 is presumptive conditions make things easier. So
yes.
Vietnam, the Gulf War, Iraq, Afghanistan, all these things have some presumptive things. Now, what's presumptive? This means age. I'll just use Agent Orange because it's so easy from Vietnam. So the ischemic heart, lung lung cancers, these kind of things are all presumptive to come from Agent Orange, just like Gulf War syndrome, Gulf War illness syndrome.
Related to the burn pits.
Yeah, and all these things. The PAC Act is not something you file on. It's the symptoms that fall into airborne toxins. That's what the PAC Act is. People think, oh, I'll file for PAC Act. There's not a PAC Act filing.
Right.
It's the conditions that you have that make you fall into that category. So all those things are the VA automatically assumes that these things happen to you if you claim them. It's just a matter then of getting your C&P exam and determining what's the percentage that they're going to give you for that specific presumptive condition.
A big one right now that we see is you were in Iraq or you were in Afghanistan or the burn pits, presumptive sleep apnea. Those are directly connected.
Yep. Just so something like that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to hit this. We do this all the time. I'm going to tell you right now, if the VA files your appointment for a compensation and pension exam, it is critical that you go. Don't reschedule. If you can't do it on that day, move it. Do not cancel these appointments. They will deny your claim if you mess around with it. Missing an exam will result in a denial. There's no negotiation with that. Attend the exam, be honest and thorough, describe your worst days, not just how you feel on that day that you go. Yeah. So you may get up, you may feel fine, your joints aren't as sore today. You're like, I'm okay today. But last Wednesday, it took you an hour to get out of bed and stretch and get moving, get warmed up, because we did PT every day for, the 4 or 5 years you're in the military. So talk about your worst days while you're in there. That is not a piece of advice. That's what they need to hear in order to understand. And it has to happen in the compensation and pension exam. Do not miss them. Do not.
And it's not the time to suck it up.
Yeah, that is not the moment for you to suck it up. That's a moment for you to tell the truth. Getting out of bed, my back kills me every day. It's driving me nuts, et cetera, et cetera. Go ahead.
Yep.
Number 17.
All right, lay statements matter. So buddy statements, they hold at times some more weight than doctors' notes, and it doesn't have to be a book. If you're still in touch with those that you served with, your battle buddies, and they witnessed an injury or an accident, let's face it, we didn't all get treated in the field because you're either under fire, whatever's going on. Were circumstances or you were treated by a field medic or whatever and never did follow up at the clinic or the hospital, wherever you were at. So if you are still in contact with them, I'm telling you, if you can get them to write a statement, hey, he fell off with a Bradley and tweaked his knee or his ankle or whatever, and now you're having issues with that and that's what you're filing on. Those statements matter, and like I said, it only needs to be a blurb. Yep, I witnessed it. I saw it. He didn't see a doctor, or she didn't see a doctor. Those are important. Number 8.
Before we jump to number 8, an excellent example of what he's talking about here is the IEDs. So let's say you were in a Bradley fighting vehicle. The improvised explosive device went off. It rung your bell. It rung the bell of every crew member in the Bradley fighting vehicle, but you didn't need to pull over the side of the road and have the medic check you out because it was the concussion inside the tank did not cause your ears or nose to bleed or liquid coming out of your ears. So you guys just drove on with your mission. A week later, you start to have migraine headaches, and those migraine headaches have persisted to the current day. Medical science has showed that those are actually related. Getting your bell rung in an IED, so your buddy that was the driver of that vehicle or the Bradley commander could write a statement saying, hey, on October 6th, we got hit with an improvised explosive device, and then a week later, the veteran started to experience migraine headaches. Directly related, and the buddy statement has more power than the doctor's statement because he was on the ground when you were hit with the IED. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No. So.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Number 8, ratings are based on severity, not diagnosis alone. So the VA uses a rating schedule. We're not going to cover it here because it is quantum physics math.
Fuzzy math.
Yeah, it's fuzzy math.
Yep.
So 0 to 100% in 10% increments. 2 veterans with the same diagnosis may receive completely different ratings based on symptom frequency, functional impairment, or occupational impact. So I have hearing injuries from jumping out of airplanes. He has hearing injury based on the fact that he was laying on his belly and refueling, F-35s in flight or whatever.
Yep.
The aircraft injury is the exact same because the aircraft impacted our hearing, but they may rate his differently because he spends more time in the aircraft. My butt gets up and jumps out of the aircraft. Yep. There's no such thing as a, what do they say, perfectly good airplane. They're all broken for one reason or another. All right, go ahead.
Mine were all good. You can appeal a denial.
Yes.
So your rating comes back deferred. Oh my gosh. That doesn't mean it's denied. That just means they haven't gotten to it yet. But if it comes back denied, then you have the option to appeal that. And you should appeal.
Yes, immediately.
Yes,
in
yeah.
30 days.
Don't sit and wait. So if you have options here. You have multiple options for an appeal. You can ask for a higher level review. You can do a supplemental claim with new evidence, or you can appeal to the Board of Veterans Appeals. You generally have 1 year from the decision date to act, but make sure that you're reading that decision letter, because there are some things it's like you got 30 days to do this, or you don't have any option to do a higher level review, but you can do one of these others. So read your package. Don't just get excited about this part and forget about this part, because that could be the worst part of what you're claiming for. So just make sure that you read everything.
Hey,
and
Tim,
keep copies of everything.
They denied my claim. I only got 0%. Are those the same thing?
No, so you are connected at 0%. Service connection means service connection.
Zero.
But it's
was
zero,
denied.
so that leaves us room to grow. So in the future, things don't get better; they get worse with age.
Right. How we characterize
we're
that?
Not wine.
No. How we characterize that is we say the VA is admitting that the Department of Defense or the Department of War broke you, but you got to go to the VA for treatment. But the 0 means they admitted they broke you.
Yep. So you still get treatment for that because
so I wasn't
service
denied
connected.
at 0.
You were not denied. It's a good thing. Unless you're going to get 100%, it's still a good thing to be 0% because you're still service connected. So that's the key word here is service connected. So
okay, listen. This is our pet peeve. I'm getting up close to the camera. Free is the right price to pay for your VA claim. Let me say that again. Free is the right. You can argue in the comment section below, but if you didn't do any of the above 9 steps, then you go to get, you deserve to have your money taken by a lawyer. I say all that to say that we do not support this at all. Accredited representatives can assist you at no cost. That includes the Veterans of Foreign War. I know a guy, $1.2 million last year in recoup benefits for veterans. He did not receive a nickel. He did it completely because he's a volunteer and he's a benefit advisor for the #1 post in the state of Texas and the #1 post in our division. That should cost you $0. There are also fantastic state and county veteran service officers out there as well with the Texas Veterans Commission. We've worked with several in the past, but listen, this is going to grind my gears. Be cautious of unaccredited claims consultants, or as we like to call them, claim sharks, charging upfront high costs, high fees. Do not pay to have your VA claim done. Do not. I don't care. Listen, if you've gone through all the appeals process and the answer is still no, that is the only time that I'm going to side with you and go, probably need to get a lawyer. And we have actually given that as advice to people. Yep. But you've got to do the previous steps first. Yep. And the #1 is start with a free agency.
Yep.
Listen, and here's the bonus. After you get these claims done and across the finish line, get your family in DEERS. Yep. All of the dependents in your house need to be enrolled in the Dependent Enrollment Eligibility Reporting System. Yep. Because all of their benefits and all of the things that they will access after your passing are related to their eligibility in the system.
And it's all about what we're leaving behind.
Correct.
At this point in life. So make sure you leave them in a position for us to help them.
Yes.
We're tired of sitting across the table and saying, sorry, we can't help you.
The veteran didn't fill out his or her paperwork. We cannot help you.
Yep.
It's happened twice. we're talking large numbers. It happens all the time. Not a month goes by where somebody didn't come in and this happens to us. But twice the debt left by the veteran after they passed was enormous.
Yep.
Enormous. And the veteran community had to bear the cost of that.
Yep.
And we didn't know if we were going to get it across the finish line.
So I know this is another, and we keep going on VA claims, but I'm telling you, it's one of the most important things, one of the most asked for things. So
Yes.
we want to make sure we keep driving this home. And, you know, hopefully you'll get out there, follow this advice, other advice, as long as it's good advice. Never pay a dime to file your claim.
Correct.
It's totally free. So we appreciate you watching as always. If you're a veteran, family member of a veteran, get out to your local VFW, get involved with your VFW. We need you, we want you here, and your voice matters in Washington, D.C.
All right, we got big things going in the post this month. Let your high schoolers know we're working with the Division I colleges to put on an Esports Combine on these massive, incredible machines we have. The details are on our Discord page, which is in the link below. And then this next one's only for the brave. Saturday, February 28th at noon, we're going to do a polar plunge in our pool. Yep. It's for a good cause, and it's going to close out our big recruiting push that we had. This is awesome. Tim and I are working for Commander Dave Walden this year, and we were just having a blast with it. So the flyer should be below. We'll try to figure it out for you. And then, as always, thank you for your service.
Absolutely. See you next video.